From the hot air balloon capital of the world, this is live coverage of the 50th anniversary edition of the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, powered by ExxonMobil. It's Balloon Fiesta Live. And now, direct from the rooftop studio at Balloon Fiesta Park in Albuquerque, New Mexico, here are your hosts, Glenn Moyer and Art Lloyd Jr.
And good morning and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to our viewers around the world who are checking in this morning already, and those of you here bright and early at Balloon Fiesta Park. I'm sorry, I thought I turned that down already.
Nope.
Good morning to the 50th Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta, powered by ExxonMobil. You're watching Balloon Fiesta Live, and it is Meta Day here at the Fiesta. I'm Glenn Moyer, and as always, with my partner, Art Lloyd Jr. Good morning, Art.
Good morning, Glenn. It's going to be an interesting day here at Balloon Fiesta this morning.
I'm glad you said. Excuse me. I'm glad you said it that way.
Yeah. Longtime viewers of Balloon Fiesta Live know when there's no backdrop behind us, we're concerned a little bit about the breeze, as we are yet this morning. Pilot's briefing should be getting underway just momentarily. We have one of our live cameras over there. We're going to be going to pilot's briefing, and we'll check in there, and once they get through the first good mornings, we should hopefully get to the weather, and we'll get an idea of what's actually going to be happening over there. But it is scheduled to be a competition day here on Meta Day at Balloon Fiesta Park.
And that means typically we split the balloons into two. We have the non-competitive pilots who will, as always, launch from here on the field and fly away, and then the field will be flagged off, targets set, and the second group will fly in. The competitive pilots will try to fly in and score by getting markers on those targets. And typically Monday morning is Sid Cutter Memorial Day, but I don't know that we've confirmed that yet this morning.
Yeah, exactly. So let's check in over at pilot's briefing and see what the pilots are being told about this morning.
Difference, and you can tell that we've got a professional group of folks here looking out for not only your behalf but everybody's behalf. So thank you. We did finally get to see the balloons up yesterday. We had a great mass ascension. The folks that were out here loved it. I know we had some great landings and opportunities out there to share our love with the folks around the Albuquerque area. All right, yes. We also had the Globitos stand up. Not all of them were able to stand up, but we did have them stand up. Melissa and your group, thank you very much for putting that show on there, and they will be back again on Wednesday morning with us. We were even putting smiles on balloon faces yesterday. Look at that. We had some people decide to get married or get engaged. Yep, and I know there's more than one. And actually, we made some new announcements yesterday. So Steve Lombardi and his group made an announcement with some friends and actually the sponsor for 30 years that he's had here, made an announcement of a baby girl. So it'll be interesting to see in about 9 months how many kids come out with the name Fiesta. So we'll see. All right, the landowners would like us to recognize, and I would too, all of the public safety folks that are not only here on the property, but especially off-site that are assisting us as we need to gain access to places. So for all the public safety out there, thank you so much. And it's not only the law enforcement, it's also the fire, the EMS. It's all three of those services coming together, so thank you. All right, today we've got two honorary balloon meisters here. Show a couple of pictures here, because when they step up here, they don't look like this anymore. But our first one that's going to step up is Doug Gallagher. Doug was our balloon meister in 1985. And then the second person that will step up is George Hahn, and he was the balloon meister in 1986 and 1987. So I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to give each of them, again, an honorary balloon meister pin for Doug and George. Yep, you're very welcome. And Doug, I'm going to turn it over to you, and then if you don't mind, turn it over to George. But when you turn it over to George, will you take this switch and turn it off? Okay? Okay, thank you.
How many pilots attended the 1985 Balloon Fiesta? Then you must remember my pilot video. Welcome to my neighborhood. We had the Ag Bastion Thumber, which are the launch directors, Mr. Pro and Mr. Payne, which are propane. And then we had Paul Wacker, Mal Wacker, and Tally Wacker, which were the safety officers. And my postman was George Hahn. It has been very special honor to have been a balloon meister. and a safety officer, and watch all this grow and be what it is today. So my parting words are, be safe, fly safe. And here's George.
Good morning, and thank you for having me up here. In 1986, we moved to the 5th location for Balloon Fiesta, and that is now the South RV parking lot. I'm amazed in sitting in a tower like this because my tower was a motorized scissors lift. Higher. We did have scissors lift races too. Very first Saturday morning, Balloonmeister sitting on the scissors lift, I had several VIPs with me from Washington, D.C., headquarters of FAA. The launch was going beautifully. About a third of the way through the launch, we had a hang glider fly through the middle of the launch. Needless to say, the FAA was a little excited, and the individual, when he landed, had quite a reception. He was not happy. He had been hired by a newspaper to hang a camera on his hang glider and take pictures for the newspaper. 1987 was another great year. It came to one of the most favorite events for the spectators, Balloon Fiesta. It was the very first balloon glow. If I have one more minute, I'm going to give Henry a hard time. Prior to us, in about 1982, our balloonmeister was Paul Youngs. We used to have quite an air show here. There was a gentleman by the name of Jim Franklin had a Rocco, and he would do an aerobatic show over the fly of the field. The balloonmeister got the opportunity to wing walk, and Paul climbed on that plane and did aerobatics wing walking. We have a plane for you, Henry. You're up.
Okay, challenge is accepted. On the plane? Okay, challenge is accepted. All right, hey, again, it has been fantastic to have the honorary, the past balloonmeisters here.
Honorary balloonmeisters in recognition of 50 years.
Right.
So they are bringing back as many of the prior balloonmeisters, and of course those are the folks, men and women,
Yep.
that have been basically in charge, doing the role that Henry Rosenbaum is doing this year. These are folks that have done it in years past, and to hear some of the stories from those years,
Yeah.
you probably remember some of those.
Well, okay, yes. Some of them I do. I do remember the Jim Wacko air show.
Yeah, Jim Franklin.
Jim
yeah,
Franklin and
yeah.
his Wacko. I remember that. You know, and I've worked from I think 2, maybe 3 of the sites that we've been on over the 33 years. I remember being back when we talked about last night when we were at the field where General Mills was
the
at
entrance.
the corner.
Yep.
That was the entrance. So I do recall that.
I remember the scissor races. I had forgotten until George brought that up. But and that used to be the entire tower.
Exactly.
Well, and you talked about, and I remember working in the media tent and actually coming up while you and Tommy were announcing on that rickety old scaffolding.
That rickety old scaffolding that we had that was up behind, and it was high because we were behind the main stage, which has that peaked tent on top of it. So we were up at quite a height on some scaffolding. And it was not a fun place to be on a windy morning. Just normally it was a bit rickety. But I can remember too when we were on a scaffolding on the other field, and we were on the south end of the field right next to Sponsor Hospitality. So we were constantly running up and down the stairs, going down to get food and drink, and coming back up and whatnot. We didn't have an elevator like we have here. We didn't have an indoor toilet like we have here. So there have definitely been some improvements over the 50 years, absolutely.
They absolutely have.
And I'm thinking, and my first, if I remember correctly, the first balloonmeisters I worked with, one was Dick Ruppenthal, and then
Bob Ruppenthal.
Bob Ruppenthal, I'm sorry. Then there was Harry Seasons and Rod May. And they were, I think Harry was balloonmeister first, and Rod was his assistant, and then they flipped a year or 2 later.
What they tend to do is you kind of work your way up. You become, sometimes it's a launch director, you can have multiple entry points, but you basically join the safety team.
Okay.
And from the safety team, you then move into an assistant balloonmeister position for a year or 2, and then you typically move into the balloonmeister position. And that used to be kind of a 2-year process. You'd be the balloonmeister 2 years, and then your assistant would take over for 2 years. And we've kind of moved away from that as we've I don't want to necessarily more professional, but we've gone to longer terms, and we've put much more responsibilities on the shoulders of the balloon meisters. And so we tend to keep them in place for a little bit longer as we continue to work through the process.
Yeah, well, experience pays.
It does.
But I remember clearly Harry and Rod working together with me up on the tower for 2 or 3 years, I'm sure.
And you know, we used to do, we still do pilot safety videos. And 20 plus years ago, those videos were actually quite entertaining.
Yes, they were. I can remember as a pilot, some of them were quite funny.
The Harry Seasons Rod May days, one of the themes was basically a dragnet theme. So we had Harry as Joe Friday and Rod as the what was the other guy's name? The Henry Morgan character.
I listen to Dragnet almost every day on
but that's who that was, and they did this
radio,
whole take here about, and just the facts, you will fly at this level,
just the
and
facts,
just the
man.
facts.
Yeah,
you'll do this, and you will do this, and and those were great and entertaining.
Bill Gannon, that was the character.
Right, yeah, that was it. That's it.
That Harry played.
And so but we've moved away from those, as everything has to get a little more serious and pay more attention to it and be very clear, and so that pilots get the seriousness and truly get the rules and regulations.
Well, we used to do competition here, but it was on a very light note. For example, there are the years when we dropped tumbleweeds, we've dropped beach balls, we've thrown keys down chimneys. I mean, you know, it wasn't the traditional marker at the center of the target type of competition with very strict and, you know, rules and regulations you have to follow.
Well, Bob Ruppenthal, who you mentioned, was coined as saying the person who wins at Fiesta is the person who has the most fun.
Probably true.
Yeah, so that's what that was all about. I remember crewing for a balloon on one of those tumbleweed drops, and the guy had a balloon company, not a hot air balloon company, but one of those party balloons and Mylar balloons and things like that. That was his company. And so he brought out all of these little balloons, and he decided he was going to decorate his tumbleweed with all of these balloons. Well, as you know, tumbleweeds have sharp little thorns on it.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, those balloons didn't last very long on the tumbleweed.
Well, and they're talking about stories. There are stories about pilots find that you go out first of all and find the biggest, heaviest tumbleweed you could find.
Yeah.
And then they take it into their hotel rooms, soak it in the bathtub, and set it out overnight so that it would freeze and gain even more weight from the ice on it. Those were some, pretty interesting days. I mean, we've dropped Kodak film boxes with former sponsors.
Beach balls.
Beach balls. I can remember.
Balls.
I remember the beach ball one year when I was here announcing, and Terry Cooper, a longtime pilot out of Texas, was flying along the western Arroyo here. There was a fence down there at that time, and he literally came into the field, and he was maybe 4 or 5 feet off the ground, and heading towards the target. It was a fairly windy day, and threw his beach ball out, and the ball and he in the basket flew along side by side for about 20 yards before the ball finally fell and touched the ground.
Yeah,
it was a crazy sight. So we've had some fun times. Sure.
Well, and kind of what became a predecessor of our ring toss these days, we used to set up a cold inflatable beer bottle. It was Miller Lite.
Right.
And we gave the pilots hula hoops.
Hula hoop, a full size.
Hula hoop.
Yeah, I remember that.
Which you kind of like. That was difficult to even manage around the basket. It didn't really fit in most baskets.
Yeah.
So you had to figure out some way to kind of attach it or have your passenger hold it or something. And then you certainly don't have room to really
you
toss.
Can't wing it like a frisbee. No, you just kind of have to hold it and drop. And the idea was to drop it over it was a long neck bottle, as I recall.
Exactly.
And the idea was to drop it over the top of the neck of the bottle. Yeah, we've done some creative things. One of the most fun things I've ever used as a marker was actually at an event down in Arizona. And you remember as a kid the little balsa wood, like 10-cent airplanes?
Yeah.
They gave us those in and they were packaged, so you had to assemble it while you're flying. And if you remember, would take them and throw them, and they'd go
loop-de-loop, and who
no
knows
idea where they were going to
yeah.
go. And those were our markers. Trying to throw one of those on a target. Now that's some, pizza boxes. I mean, all kinds of things. So we've done some crazy things through the years here.
One of my more favorite one was the ping pong balls dropping into a hot tub or a spa.
Right.
And so, of course,
bouncing out.
Yeah, if you were directly on, it would hit and it would bounce out. So I don't know if anyone ever figured out how to make it bounce in to the spa to win the spa.
That would have been kind of cute.
And then there was the couple of years that we put up a chimney, and you
Right.
had to drop a marker into
In
the chimney
to
and
win the keys to a house.
a brand new house.
That's right. Yeah, I can remember that.
And
of
that
course,
actually got given away at least
yeah,
one
it
year.
did. And then we have what hopefully we may see today, the Sid Cutter Memorial, where the pilots, the idea is to get the marker at the bow of the boat,
Right.
the very best score. And you and I have both seen it. You particularly the last few years when we've had you down there at the boat online and see the marker hit and
Slide off.
slide right off the side and
Into the water.
into the sea, as it
Yeah,
were.
yeah. Typically no score, though, of course, as we talked about over the last 3 years, we've adjusted. We're even scoring those that are in the water, those that slide off, although
Yeah.
they do have a 300-foot penalty, so it's kind of like it got washed away.
Well, that's how deep the lake is.
There you go. That's the way
It's
that
300 feet, so a point per foot of depth of the lake. But yeah, our competition these days is much more serious, much more structured. But boy, during the past 50 years, we've seen some crazy things happen.
And we may see something special happen yet this week as well.
Well, that would
So
be fun. I'm
it's
not sure I'm
another
ready
one of those
for-
non-disclosure
Yeah.
secret things that we.
I'm not sure I'm ready for a tumbleweed drop, but
Well, when we started talking many years ago, because the 50th was really supposed to be last year and all that other stuff, so
Right.
we started talking 3 or 4 years ago about what types of things should we do at the 50th to kind of remember and bring that back. And I have to tell you, tumbleweeds was up there.
Was it
The
really?
tumbleweed
Yeah.
drop was up there. We should do that, as well as we used to do a parade. And
Oh,
there was
yeah,
a, there was
that's
a
right. I forgot
conversation
about the
about
parade.
bringing back the parade. The Fiesta Queen in the very early days, we used to crown a Miss Fiesta.
Really?
Yeah,
I don't
and that
recall
one
that.
didn't get too much trafficking, too much traction this year.
I'm hoping the toga party was down a ways on the list.
It got mentioned, but it stayed kind of low.
Yeah, good.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I think that
That one needs to have stayed away.
Yeah, that one, as Art said yesterday, that one's in the books. Let's just leave it there.
Although my understanding is, and from 1983, a newspaper article and picture from the toga party has resurfaced.
Oh no.
Someone still has the clipping. 83, there was no internet, there was no
Right.
Instagram, none of that stuff. And so a picture from 1983 has resurfaced and has been making the way around some Balloon Fiesta insider folks.
Well, I can't say everything bad about the toga party because I was there one time and at the bar, in the parking lot of the
Holiday Inn Midtown.
On the Knoll.
That was the official hotel then.
It was, that's right. And I was standing at the bar having a drink and looked down, and on the ground there was a $100 bill.
Oh, wow.
And it's not the kind of party where you say, hey, did anybody lose this?
No.
So
Yeah.
I did the right thing and just pocketed it and, had another drink. So if you lost a $100 bill at the toga party about 20 years ago, come see me. Yeah, no, don't.
You realize that's almost 40, 30 to 40 years.
Gosh, I guess it has been.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you're right. It was probably one of the very first years I was here, and this is my 33rd. So, yeah, about 30 years ago now.
Yeah, well, that
Okay,
picture.
thank you for reminding me how old I am.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Well, it snuck up on me because I remember saying, oh, this is my 30th Balloon Fiesta at some level. And all of a sudden, this is number 40. Yeah, for me in very just different roles here. From the media, working in the media tent and working with a lot of media folks, to being an ambassador in the Gondola Club, to being one of those scoring officials
Right.
for the competition days here. And then, of course, the last 6 years up here on the mic and with Balloon Fiesta Live.
Yeah, well, this is technically, it's my 35th Fiesta. I was here twice as a spectator. First in 1984 with my friends Kevin and Linda Thompson, who came out that year and bought the Lone Star.
Oh,
Rocky Bailey had actually brought, that was a balloon built by Tarhead, who's here this week. And Rocky Bailey at Balloon Georgia had the balloon, brought it out here. And there was really kind of a race going on. There was Kevin and Linda Thompson wanted to buy the balloon. And they had seen it the week before at the Plano Balloon Festival. It was open there. And then Johnny Lewis, another pilot from Texas. So they were both trying to track. It was kind of the first person to find Rocky was going to make the deal. And Kevin and Linda, unfortunately, caught Rocky first and made the deal and bought the balloon. So that was my first year out with just as a spectator with a couple of friends. And we were reminiscing the other night, the other morning as they were coming through from Santa Fe. We had breakfast here in Albuquerque. and reminisced about on the flight out that year. I had forgotten this, but we were all on the Delta flight, and my wife and I at the time, we got upgraded to first class. We got there very late to check in, and for some reason they bumped us to first class while Kevin and Linda had to stay in coach, and they were not entirely thrilled with that arrangement. But so that was my first year. 1989, I had moved to California and was the new editor of Balloon Life magazine, and came out with Tom Hamilton, the publisher. And that's the year that I met Bob and Marge Ruppendahl, and expressed my interest in coming out and being one of the announcers. And then the next summer, got a phone call and said, "Hey, are you still interested?" And I said, "Absolutely." And so 1990 was the first year I came out as a part of the tag team with Tom Rutherford.
So we just saw some merchandise on our screen here in our feed. This is a good morning to actually get out. Not quite as many people and spectators expected here on the field. Looks like we've got our full complement of balloon trucks out there, but not quite as many people. Unfortunately, some people actually have to go to work today. They don't take the vacation time off and or schedule their weekends. Well, there's a nice New Mexico Zia spinner.
Yeah, I've got my cousin Patty and her husband Steve are here, and they were out yesterday and enjoyed the show, but got a text last night, and Patty was saying, "Gee, I haven't even walked the shops yet." And so I said,
Today is a good day to do that.
Today would be a good day to do that because the crowds are much smaller, and so it would be a little more leisurely opportunity. So I think they're coming out a bit later. I told them it was kind of many probably fly in and bounce.
Feels like it's calmed down, and they've gotten to weather at the pilot briefing.
Let's go back.
So let's take a look back there and see what we can find out.
And let's see, River's going to 31 Mercury. The wind is out of the north at 360 and 10 knots. Albuquerque, or Double Eagle, is 55 degrees, 6, relative humidity 70%. Barometric pressure is 30.29 inches of mercury, and the wind there was 320 at 11 knots. Did I read that? Wind is so far good. 360 at 10 knots. Broken deck at 7,000 at Sunport, and a broken deck at Double Eagle of 4,700 feet. Okay. I'm still looking for that Q&A, which I'm struggling this morning. Okay. Yeah, right. Okay, so...
Good morning, everybody. Apparently it's raining where we're at. Is it raining on y'all? It's really raining right now. What in the hell?
Okay. All right. So here's what we've got going on across the area. We have that hurricane or extratropical system that's working its way off to the north and east across the eastern seaboard. That, since it's finally starting to move away, is going to allow our
Scooby, you're a blues trooper now.
to start to move over the next few days too, and that's going to be good because that's going to work its way out of our area. However, you can see that associated with that system, we had
I don't even see Joe.
that worked its way through the area this morning, and so we're looking at a much more consistent northwest wind. Also, with that trough, we've seen some scattered showers. So if you came out, I think around in the 4 to 5 o'clock time frame, we had some light showers here at Balloon Fiesta Park.
Okay, I see.
And this
See
is
now.
live on radar updating as of 10 minutes ago, and you can see that we do have additional shower activity approaching from the west. So I think the showers over the next hour to hour and a half or so are going to be somewhat spotty. Thereafter, once we approach about 8 o'clock, we'll get this band of rain showers that'll kind of work its way through, and we're looking at rain showers probably lasting a couple hours anyway through the mid-morning hours before we get to this break. Thereafter, then we get unstable again, just like we've seen the last
Yeah, it looks
few
like
days,
we're going to
and
be
we're
delayed a
looking at
little bit,
showers
guys. I'm just waiting on this
developing
rain.
across the area. The difference is that these storms, will, in addition to producing lightning and gusty winds, they could also produce some locally heavy rainfall. We've got just a little bit more forcing in the environment that will allow for some locally heavy rainfall. So as we saw the front come through this morning, we saw the winds pick up out of the northwest, and you can see that we reached up to about 20 knots or so in that 1,500 to 2,000 foot layer. In the near term here over the last 30 minutes or so, we've seen the winds decrease in speed in the near surface layer But I still think that you're going to be running generally in that 10 to 15 range through the morning.
Yeah, like I
As
say, y'all,
those
we
spotty
keep it.
showers start to approach from the west as well, I would expect a little bit of gusty winds with that activity. Okay, so let's see. I read. All right. So here's the detect winds that we ran, or that's constantly running on the northwest side in a table format, so you can see that. But in general, like I said, we're running in that 10 to 15 range right near the surface, and it increases up to about 20, right around 2,000 feet, all out of the northwest, so there's no box this morning at all. And here is, we did a drone wind this morning as well. And here's what it shows. Basically, you can see that wind is out of the north, going south, no box, and generally those speeds running in the 10 to 15 range in the lowest 400 feet. That's all the higher we can go. And here is the latest pieball information, so you can see that as well. It also shows that northwest wind and the speeds increasing to about that 2,000 foot range where we max out right around 20.
Okay,
and
me
then
and
continuing in that,
Walt, how y'all doing?
10 to 20 range through the remainder of the lowest 5,000 feet. The point is, no box this morning, and it's going to be somewhat
Just can't
breezy
see you
with
right
isolated
now.
showers over the next hour,
You are
and then
invisible.
becoming a bit more widespread towards 8 o'clock. This weather
you're
is
fluid.
stressing me out. How about you?
Yes. Should I
Like
put
it-
that picture back up?
Like I
Brad?
said, we keep things real as
Give me
possible
just a
over
second
here.
to switch this over.
On. Here we do things pretty much real as possible. If it rains, pretty much we get canceled. Now, if you want to fly other aircraft or whatever,
Thank you.
it's up to you. But we do have a small little spot over us.
Here's the plan.
Once this thing pushes away,
We're not going to be on hold long.
we're going to have like a maybe 25, 30-minute window. So I'm going to take off, and y'all have to follow me in. And
But as far as the flight operations,
we'll just see what we can do.
Here, and I'm not going to send the competitors out to fly in. So I want to keep everybody on the field here. But please, there's a lot of people here that have come to see us. And if you have that opportunity just to go interact with them, that's fantastic also. But let us at least go through the 7 o'clock hour. Our group will reconvene, and then we'll get some messages out to you through the Remind system and also the blue mic lights for frequency there. So, but for today's activities, here's what's scheduled. Yes, and that we will release a balloon. All right, so there it is, directly from the pilot's briefing tower. You heard it as the pilots did.
Yep.
No box
No
winds,
flights, no box.
rain in the area. Therefore, at this point, we're on hold. So but they don't anticipate we'll be doing much of any kind of flying later this morning.
Right. Yeah, I think no flying. I think the option now is we're going to wait and see. We're going to let the sun come up about 7 o'clock, as it does. See what the weather does at that point, and because we have seen and they could confirm the winds have calmed on the surface level. So if we see conditions once the sun is up that allows for maybe some static display, there may be some balloons that will inflate and just stay here on the field as a static show for the crowd.
And interesting that Brad Tiemeyer, our chief meteorologist here at Fiesta, was
I'm looking at
describing
this
that
gap
the winds
right
have
here.
calmed down. I continue to unzip my jacket farther and farther because it is definitely
The winds are coming
calmer
in from this
right
way.
here on the ground. So
Much more so than even when I drove in about 4:30, 4:45. It was really blowing at that point, and yeah, we could tell here on the rooftop it's calm
It's still
considerably at the surface level, but as Brad said,
Exactly,
at the upper levels it's still running 10 to 15, and it's probably going to get gusty as those storms from the west begin to move in. We're going to see rain later in the morning, so yeah, it's going to be a pretty iffy morning.
So the shot we're seeing right now, you know that there is the local quilting organization builds a quilt every year and raffles it off.
Yeah.
And that's what this is. So of course they're celebrating the 50th. They talked with Balloon Fiesta about that. The balloons in the center there, you see the red, white, and blue one, and then the white one with kind of the green stripe through there and down through those in the center were the original 13 balloons that got us started 50 years ago. And then pilots can apply or basically give permission for the quilters to be able to put their balloon on the quilt.
Okay.
So I'm seeing Kathy Smith's Hearts of Fire there at the top, and then there's Glashari with Peter Procopio, the black and white one.
There's Doug Gant's Hamlet is there. I see Andrew Holly's Penguin. Wes the Wolf is on there as well. Ashley Moore. I see Lindy from Lindstrand Balloons.
Just behind the lady buying her raffle tickets there, I saw the Panda Bear, as well as the Tom McConnell Zia, New Mexico True from Bill Lee, Fiesta Balloon all the way down in the corner. And in addition to
that was a flight last night, Chips. I almost didn't make it home. I found out my right rear tires got some tread going out on it, and it started raining, and my car started sliding, so I had to pull over, and it was horrible.
I've seen it close up. It is absolutely gorgeous. There's the postcards.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. So even if you don't win the quilt, you can take the quilt home in the form of a postcard.
I wonder how many years they've been doing that, and if there was any thought to bringing back some of the original quilts they did. That would be fun to see.
Well,
I don't know who owns them, but
yeah, they're out there, and I know that there are people that the first stop on Merchandise Row, got to go to the quilt, got to go to the quilt, got to get my raffle tickets. So they've been out here many, many, many years. And
it's literally raining in the one spot we're at, just like yesterday.
That might be a place that we should send.
We had 2 spotty thunderstorms before the big stuff came in last night, and of course those 2 little spots are in the path of where I was going home. Yeah, Solo, I'm sorry, bro. Shit.
Well, we'll keep Ruth busy this morning.
I tried to peep in on it. I was trying to survive life yesterday. Shit. I turned I usually drive a NASCAR because it makes my trip seem a lot quicker. I turned everything off just so I could focus on the road last night. That's how bad it was. Car just fishtailing the whole time, crazy shit.
It's dark.
I mean, it's up to y'all if y'all want to fly.
You can see a little bit. You can see the nothing blue sky, but nothing like that. We can't see.
It's up to y'all. I don't care.
At the view you're seeing here, all we see is just solid black.
I mean, it's supposed to pretty much rain all day. Now, this evening flight, the weather should be out of here. The winds will be a little gusty, but the rain will actually be gone. But I mean, it's up to y'all, man. Whatever y'all want to do.
Up there that's beginning to happen. So, so that's the plan. We're going to wait to see the sun. There's a beautiful shot.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, wait to see the sun come up and see if...
Tall ass clouds, bro.
Which, you know, is a great
tall
opportunity
as clouds.
to truly see a balloon up close and personal.
Sure.
So often we stand them up, they get up, and boom. Especially
Yeah,
yesterday,
I mean,
it was like once we said,
is what we
the
got.
field's green, go, they were already hooked up, rigged up, turn on the fan, inflate it, get it hot, get it out of here, and so they didn't stick around. So the opportunity for them to be able to do that today will be just really special.
All right, well,
especially for
I don't know if my other ballooners over there shot and walked, but we're going to go ahead and try to give it a shot. Our best bet is to fly over the clouds for now.
So for all the parents,
once I take off,
you can go pretend you're playing hooky.
Once I take off, I'll set a timer for 3 minutes, and then once the 3 minutes is done, y'all can feel free to try to take it. Wrong button. I be pressing a lot of wrong buttons here, ladies. Come on, there we go. Yay! Alright, so this is a 3-minute timer.
I can be a great.
All right, so I'm in the timer here in a minute. Once I take off, I'll let you know. I'll count it down with y'all. I mean, it's kind of, the rain's kind of letting up anyways on here, so just know I'm going above them clouds. All right, timer has started. We got 3 minutes. Whoa.
Sea lions and seals are different. Sea lions have their knees buckle underneath. So
Oh, balloon's all twisted.
Skeletal structure. But he had a theory because all the blubber.
There we go. Great.
Same way. Great on theory, but he likes to test things. So my brother and I went down to his house in Newport Beach.
Yeah, hang tight, don't leave yet.
And he wanted to test it, so he tied us up at the ankles, the knees, the elbows, put fins on us, and threw us in his pool.
Got 2 minutes and 12
and then
seconds
sketched
counting.
for a while. Fortunately, Child Protective Services were not around.
Be a hard time, you gotta catch 2 minutes. 2 minutes before the house to take off. It's actually kind of nice up here.
And
he was there.
It's not raining.
And he was there. That's what everybody says. I don't know. Maybe like, well, that might be a good drawing for the cartoon.
Fred Clausen. Great to talk with you.
Winds from the northwest at 51 knots, bro. 1 minute and 25 seconds.
We're looking forward to many years to come. So thank you guys for having me out.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks. It's great to have you here.
What might be happening with the quilt there. So we mentioned sending Ruth over there.
Oh, yes.
She's there.
Well,
So,
of course she is.
so Ruth, tell us more about the quilt.
1 minute.
I'm here. I was listening to you guys and I got all excited, so we had to rush right over here. I am with Deborah Pena with the New Mexico Quilters Association.
45 seconds.
Now owns
Crazy.
Sid Cutter's balloon. And Marky, if you would turn around, please. There it
30
is. That's
seconds.
The original one. And Marky, you can turn back around. Do people recognize this as one of the original 13? I don't think
20
so.
seconds.
Not very often. I think a lot of people in Albuquerque tend to more than
Good look,
anybody else.
everybody.
Very, very
Whatever
cool.
happened to
The fact
Ruben
that
in
it
there?
was Sid's makes it extra
All right, we got
special.
10,
But this
9,
raffle quilt
8,
this year, I'm
7,
actually going to
6,
give the mic to
5,
Deborah
4,
because she was
3,
explaining it
2,
all to me. I'll start
1,
out by saying
0.
the original 13
Hair
are
launch.
on there,
Good luck,
and
good
the
luck.
craftsmanship is some of the best I've ever seen. So Tom's going to follow Deborah. I'm going to give her the mic, which I never do. Hello. Quilt. We got special permission to use the Albuquerque
I'm
International
allowed to have my
Balloon Fiesta
stuff
on
all
it.
the way down.
We have our original 13 balloons that were
All right, guys
in
and girls.
1972
We're now in the
on
air.
this quilt. The balloons are actually pieced individually, and the background is pieced individually, and then down at the bottom.
There's a shot of
Sort of a look of the field when the balloons are blowing up. We got a gondola on here and a Ford truck. And then
Ruth,
along
we're going to
the
have to
side, we
interrupt
have some of our
briefly
more
to get
current
our national
balloons.
anthem underway this morning. Sun Forest by
Yeah, we kind of behind
Bobby
on that
Garcia.
today.
twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
No.
So our balloons that it works if you hit the switch. Yeah, thanks. I just had to turn the mic back on. I was going to say the balloons.
Our national anthem as well. For those of you just joining us, we are on hold. They wanted to wait through the first part of the 7 o'clock hour, which we've just hit, as we wait and see.
All right,
it's actually
out
kind of
the
calmed down
clouds.
right here on the field, but the problem is all the other weather that's all around us there as well.
Yeah, we've got speed and the winds aloft. We also have rain showers coming in, developing from the west. They'll be moving into the area later in the morning. As you look around on the field, those balloons that are exhibiting chase flags, it is very calm right on the surface.
Right.
But the rest of the conditions are still not very lucrative to.
Getting us kind of a description of this year's quilt. So let's go back to Ruth and pick up where we left off on.
Man, I see y'all. Everybody's all separated already. This is going to be a shit show for the balloons today, y'all. Because y'all already done passed me up. Look, they got a group out there. Airbus.
They were hand-pieced by our members, and
There's Zimmer. There's a
got
Zimmer.
permission to use the Albuquerque International Balloon Fiesta. So it's kind of a balloon. And the detail on this thing is incredible. You've got to come and see the quilting. Every little inch of this was amazingly quilted. And there were, I think, 10,000 hours put into this particular quilt. Susan McKenzie, she's just an amazing
Y'all
gal.
definitely not catching me. I might catch y'all.
There's Easter eggs.
Holy shit.
So, one of the Easter eggs.
I mean, y'all are literally in them clouds right now. I'm above them just hanging out.
We got to make it on the quilt. We have some 13s that are quilted in here in honor of the 13 balloons, original balloons. And then we have 50 for the 50th anniversary of this quilt, or of this balloon fiesta. Deborah, thank you so much. Tickets are available. Association 10 on Vendor Row. $5 each, 3 for 10, 10 for 20. And
That's
before we
crazy.
get back on the road, I'm going to be buying some of those. Glenn.
I'm going to need to visit is number one, the Chuck Jones Creative Center studio.
As
on a little
fast
pop-up
can
gallery.
be,
Gallery
you'll
down
never
there.
catch me.
There, I'll go down to the quilt.
I see the green balloon down there. How you doing? Well, look at that. I mean, it is so
And then on to Plano pins. And of course,
Thick
you
out
also
there.
want to pop by the Meta display down there as well.
I think so far,
We've got an
Anwalt will be the one
opportunity
to
talk about that
possibly
here
have a
right
chance
now
to catch
this
me.
morning. Today is Meta Day here at Balloon Fiesta Park. We've got a couple of folks from Meta that are joining us this morning. Michael, I know you. Who did you bring with us here? Hi, David. Welcome. Glad that we have Meta is here. We probably need to explain, folks, a really recent change.
Who is Meta?
Exactly.
Who's
What's
Meta?
the
Tell us
deal
who
with
you are.
that?
Good morning and happy Meta Monday. So Meta is the umbrella company for Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, Reality Labs. We broke ground in 2016 on our data center campus just south of here in Los Lunas, about 15 minutes drive. It's a 3.8 million square foot facility. It's about a $2 billion investment here in the state. That's helping power all of our apps and services that people around the world use every day.
Is that what people would say is the cloud?
That is exactly right. The cloud is
People
in Los
always say,
Lunas.
where is it? Where is it? What is it?
There they are.
A big piece of it's right down there in Los Lunas. Why did you guys come here?
You know, we had.
Shit, it might have been in a whole different state.
We had great access.
I'm about to be flying over, I guess, with the Atlantic Ocean.
So in Los Lunas, they've helped us build our
Yeah.
facility.
Well, that rain coming too, though. Holy shit, that rain's
about
coming.
1,100 construction workers on site every day.
Wow.
Once fully operational, we'll have about 400 operational roles, helping us keep that facility running 24/7. We've got community partners from our local school districts in Los Lunas and Belen who've been amazing, and we've worked on a number of STEM initiatives, helping leverage technology for community benefit, and helping connect people.
I guess the other two quit
And then the last two big
or
things
crashed.
on that is on our energy investments. We've worked with PNM to bring 635 megawatts of renewable energy in the state. We have two large in 6 counties. And of course, we have a great workforce, both on the construction and the operations side.
Yeah, I saw you glitch a second ago,
So
Scooby.
this change from Facebook to Meta, and you rattled off all those companies there, there does seem to be more.
I think our other two pilots kind of disappeared on us.
Talking about with the metaverse, is that explain that? All right.
Howdy and happy Meta Monday.
Thanks.
So the metaverse is a
Fuck
set
Meta.
of digital spaces which
Fucking Big Brother spying having that shit.
completely immersive 3D environment. One of the defining qualities of the metaverse is the human presence. So you'll be able to put on a headset and really feel like you're there with somebody or in a place. So one way that I
It's
explain this is
pretty
imagine just being
decent
able to
ass
go to any
piece.
place in the world or go to any point in history.
Y'all are just so far from me, I can't even see y'all no more.
Declaration of Independence. So just the ability to travel anywhere and just have that presence, that is what the metaverse is all about.
And so
Lick
you
her
have a way
license
to
too. But y'all's
kind of
names
help
out
us
here, man.
experience that now? Is that what I'm understanding with your booth and this new product that you brought out?
So to an extent,
Yeah, I'm literally about to be
great
flying over Atlantic
classes
Ocean.
that we're,
I don't know
have
about y'all.
application in which folks, please come. That is not virtual reality. We did not bring a virtual reality headset.
Okay.
You can't use them
Yeah,
outside.
I'm literally flying. It's
Okay.
I'm
The
fucked.
Ray-Ban glasses give you the ability to take photos and take video, listen to music, and even take calls.
Okay, so just another way of being involved.
Yeah, I
in
don't see the other balloons with this. Says it's
Exactly,
still
this
on
is
my
part of the
map.
broader
The hell
AR,
is that?
VR, so augmented reality, virtual reality efforts.
Got it. So these
Yeah,
are
y'all two are kind of close
some sort
together.
of
Me,
Ray-Ban glasses.
I'm
I
gone,
think you
gone.
brought some- Talk us through.
Y'all
this.
not
Tell us
catching
what
me. I'm
this
going to a
really
whole
is.
different
What-
state up
what
here. It's
can
like New
people do
Jersey
with this?
next. Huh?
So we did actually bring a couple pairs if y'all would like to
Yes,
try them
let's
on.
try
experience
it.
them
Let's
for
try them
yourself.
out. Let's see what this is
My
all
colleague
about.
Derek here has a couple glasses for y'all.
I'm usually a good guinea pig.
So he's going to be able to walk you through all the steps here.
Awesome.
Dude, I'm going southwest at 90 knots, bro. It's a 50 ground speed up here at 10,000 feet.
Let's grab that.
I'm literally flying over the Atlantic Ocean right now.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be better.
Yeah, it's all good, Chips. And Scooby, look, it's welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator, buddy. It's like with the flashing lights game. I play flashing lights, and that thing is so glitchy. It's not even fun to play anymore.
Yeah.
I am hauling ass.
Yep.
Okay, I can say I've officially flown no faster than this till just now.
Yep.
And I can't stop now because I'm over the Atlantic Ocean.
So it's shooting whatever I'm looking
I'm literally over the Atlantic
Whatever
Ocean
the
right now.
Whatever the glasses are facing.
I'm over here. Look at me over here.
I don't want to look at you over there. Look around a bit.
Yeah.
Now, these also have the capability to do a voice activation. Where
I'm gonna try to land here because this don't look too safe.
Sure. Yes. Now they also play music. So I'm gonna set one of the.
Dude, how y'all getting so far up? Because I mean, I am way up here.
Music. Yeah, I am.
That's crazy.
So take your finger and slide it from back to front, and then front to back. That is your volume control.
Yeah, volume control.
I'm gonna turn yours on for you as well, sir.
And I notice you have them in both sunglass and
Yes, we do. And we also do them in transition, which is what you're.
Oh, neat.
Awesome.
This is pretty cool.
It certainly is.
And instead of having to, pull the.
Yes.
Yeah, we can do that volume. Just press the sides. That's your play button.
Okay. Oh yeah, because I had stopped it when I was messing around.
That's the way to control it.
How cool is that?
And when you got a phone call, you would use that same one press to answer a phone call once you saw it.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
If you were
So
using
do you
WhatsApp.
Bluetooth it, link it to your iPhone, for example?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And if you were using WhatsApp or Messenger and got a phone call, it would tell you who was calling.
Oh man, I need these.
Yeah.
I need the transitions, but I need these. These are
Yeah.
cool. This is
Yeah,
awesome.
these are cool. So you guys are demonstrating these down on Main Street at your booth. How can they
94 knots,
where do they
bro.
find out more information about these?
That's a great question. These are available online. You can find them on anywhere where sunglasses are sold, on Ray-Ban's website, of course, on Meta's very own website.
I mean, y'all are 3.4 nautical miles away from me. Scooby's 3.6. The other two, I guess the weather took them out. I can't find them anywhere.
Videos and take photos. Actually, a couple of our colleagues yesterday had the opportunity to go up in our Meta balloon, and the pilot, who's been doing this for over 20 years, mentioned he never
97 knots, bro. If I get 100 knots, I'm celebrating. 98 knots. We are not supposed to be doing this.
One, manufacturer suggested retail price.
Yes.
98 knots. Come on.
I'm presuming those were not prescription. Are they available? In other words, for people who wear prescription glasses, would they be available with a prescription lens?
Yes, they are. You can get them with transitional lenses, prescription lenses, regular sunglasses, whatever you like. There's 3 different models available online.
Question, maybe it's for David here. Why did Meta, Facebook, and all of your companies want to get involved with Balloon Fiesta?
So, our focus is on giving people the power to build community, bring the world closer.
100 southwest. Just missed it on my screenshot. I was going 100. 99 knots, 99, 99. Come on, give me 100 one more time. Give me that 100. Crazy.
We are glad
Got it.
you're here.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, I thank you both. Thank you to everyone here at Balloon Fiesta, especially Paul and Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm gonna check y'all. I'm at 100 knots right now, bro. Setting records up in this bitch.
Check out our booth. We've got some special edition
Yeah, I see y'all coming out. Now y'all got my wind speed.
That's going hot, so
Y'all, somebody is okay. So Joe, you're now officially over the Atlantic Ocean.
Great. Thank you, David. Michael.
Scooby, you'll be next.
Derek for giving us the demonstration of those.
I'm halfway over.
Appreciate that. And again, thanks for being part of Balloon.
I can see land down there.
It is.
Monday.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys. We appreciate it.
So
Those glasses are awesome.
those are pretty cool.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. I'm glad we got an opportunity to try those out. So we are continuing to be on hold here while we were in that interview with folks from Meta. I heard Henry Rosenbaum tell the pilots that we are still watching those thunderstorms off to the west.
Okay.
Although there is at least some hope going on that something might happen here. Again, that might be a they may not release the supply. We don't think they're going to release the supply, but they probably will be standing up some balloons here as well. There's one of the big old chase vehicles. Balloon chase fire truck. And but there are some balloons that appear, as we saw just a moment ago, to be hooking up their systems, and so that we can hopefully stand balloons up and put on some sort of a show.
Yeah, I think maybe we're. Yeah, and the sun is now up. It's lighting the clouds above the San Diego. It hasn't crested above the San Diego yet, but it is up. And we're into that 7 o'clock hour. And Henry said earlier that we'll stay on hold, but not for long. So I would think probably we're getting towards a decision on what as he said earlier, they weren't going to release the year, not necessarily put it out, but hoping for a static display on the field, and maybe we'll get a decision on that here shortly, but maybe
Well, the launch directors are all gathered there, ready to move forward. The Phillips 66 chase vehicle, the basket's out. It wouldn't take long to hook up the envelopes and
they were doing a little handshake action during the weekend, and they were
We are crazy, y'all.
But yeah, so let's keep fingers crossed. Meanwhile, we've got yet another special guest here on the tower with us.
Great.
And having a nice chat. Yeah, I'm happy to say this gentleman is not only my boss, he is the current president of the Wind Federation of America.
We're literally riding on the winds. 101. Wow.
I should say.
Screenshot.
But he's a mentor of mine in the sport of ballooning, has been a great personal friend for a number of years, he and his lovely wife. So let's say hello and good morning to Mr. Pat Cannon. How are you, sir? Good morning. How are you?
Good. We are great.
Now, I know you've competed here as a pilot. You're a two-time U.S. national champion, so you know all about flying balloons. But you're here this year more in your role representing the Balloon Federation of America, and not so much. I think you did pretty well this year, did you? Great. I can remember it's been many years ago, but I was here crewing with you, and on a competition day, we drove out, and I think we had your balloon off the truck and played it you in the air inside of 10 minutes. There was some pretty we made that morning.
All right, let's see if I can get down here and land. It's gonna be interesting. Shouldn't be no rain over here at all. Not yet.
Well, and you also have an advantage of your wind information is most current. The earlier you in the air, the more opportunity is for the wind to change instead of just trying to pick up spot.
That's very true. In fact, there are a few pilots that should take off late because they have better luck swirling. I think most of the winds
Scooby-Doo's up there at almost 13,000. He was probably up to 13,000. Look at them clouds, bro. We're riding with the clouds. Hope I can get down fast enough. Shit. And not that I'm not gonna wait until I get past this other green spot and try to land in that area. Yeah, the winds are like 100 knots up where I was at. So y'all should be good. The winds like this, you don't have to burn as much. I'm bottlenecking the crap out of my balloon right now. I mean, I'm looking at the little gap right here. Let's get down to it.
This has been a very challenging year for us. We had the announcement this year from the federal government that we would have mandated at some point in the near future second-class medical for all those who are using commercial pilots higher. That issue is continuing on. There's no final date at which pilots will have to have their second-class medical. We're working now with the
Yeah, and the hare and the hound distance always varies with the winds. Some mornings the wind ain't going nowhere. Some like today, gone. Bottlenecking my balloon. I'm trying to get down and like ASAP because land is approaching fast and it's going really quickly.
I'm diabetic, and that would be an issue if I were. I'm not flying. If I were and trying to get a second-class medical, that could be an issue that I might need some specialized help with. The VFA might be able to provide in that regard.
That's very true. We're trying to line up AMEs or aviation medical members who know aviation intimately and help us with that.
The other thing that I know that is challenging for right now is, and I don't want to paint the wrong picture because we've had this beautiful drone show here, and those are outstanding. The issue is getting this kind of a product for community is for a company like Amazon to use drones to deliver packages flying through the air and not being aware that balloonists are in that same airspace.
That's true. It's not just the big ones. We also have the issue of law enforcement. They're able to fly drones beyond the visual line of sight. There's always been a rule in the past.
I see y'all coming. All right. Y'all gain a little distance on me now. Now that I've slowed down. So far, it looks like Scooby-Doo's on track to be close to where I'm at. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are about to enter some turbulence, and we're going to try to land. We're going to run out of land space here in a minute, which I think we are. And there's rain right there. Of course there'll be rain right there. Where'd all this rain come from again? All right, yeah, it's starting to rain, so guess what? Yeah. Bottleneck, double loop. Bottleneck, double loop. Bottleneck, double loop. Don't ever do what I do. Highly dangerous. Don't ever do that shit.
We have no means by which to provide a beacon on the scene.
So yeah, a drone, for example, if you realize there's a
gonna be a rough landing, boys.
Schoolyard near them, and it's suddenly in the airspace. The drone has no idea, and then traditional collision, and that's really the threat to
Don't
giving
say
them
that to the
right
magician. All right, all right.
It is, and I have to believe that Tim to
This rain is popping out of nowhere, but at least we're going in the direction of the rain.
But we have seen Amazon in action now with their drone that can see it without goes that direction, and that's what we're positioning.
So, kinds of fun topics. 50th Balloon Fiesta, you've been a pilot here. You're now here representing the Balloon Federation of America. This is the granddaddy of balloon events, but the BFA takes part in ballooning events all around the United States. We host our own U.S. national championship. In fact, this
Holy
past year
crap.
we had 4. We had the national, we had a
Dude, the rain's is like popping up everywhere on here, y'all. This rain came out of nowhere. And of course, it's not raining where we were.
Well, we're doing a lot of things to try and attempt to do that.
Stupid.
We are directly there on the internet. We have the Facebook page, Balloon Federation of America. You can go on to that Facebook page.
Yeah, copy that. Now, here comes the difficult part. Now we're going to rely on our IFR. In the thickness of a cloud. Drippy fish. Field Cupid. I remember seeing you somewhere. Bubba. I still like that one. Lick her license hat.
Exactly. That's it. And you get to carry the title of two-time national
Orchard.
or two-time in your case.
Conrail.
As they say,
Trade Jumpman.
Take that away.
No, they can't take the trophy.
That's right. There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, my
Average
good friend
player,
Pat
by the
Cannon
way,
also happens
Mr.
to be involved
Zadak.
as the president of the Balloon Federation. www.bfa.net if you'd like to learn more.
Yeah.
Get involved.
This reminds me of kind of like Natchez, Mississippi all over again. The rain, the storms, and trying to squeeze it in, and couldn't have done that.
Maybe get through, or if you're interested, you can find out ways to earn your own pilot's license. So good to have you this morning, Pat, and good to have you back at Fiesta. You bet.
Don't ever do what I just did. Straight bottleneck the crap out of it.
So we'll hopefully see a number of balloons
All right.
stand up.
Ladies and gentlemen, good luck. I'm about to land.
The Wonder Balloon looks like U.S. Bank is getting into
And it don't seem to be raining yet.
Yep. And
Yeah, it's gonna be a rough landing. Nope, it is raining.
All the balloons are starting to stand up for a
Come on, get down, bro. Shit.
Talk to different folks around. Ruth Lind has caught up with one for us. Ruth?
I am with
Yeah, it is raining.
Rahimi
Hold on.
and the
I am dragging. Really a bad idea to fly these individuals.
Recruiting unit for the Albuquerque Police Department. It gets the conversation going. It brings the community together. Everyone has these stories and they love sharing these stories. We love hearing it too because we know so many people have been affected by this disease. And we want people to get checked
Wanted to fly. They'll let you quit.
and to make sure they're safe.
All right, I'm landed.
We love having this vehicle
Well,
in the city of Albuquerque.
now see how close y'all can get to me.
Now I noticed there are lights on the top of this, and it will be police officers driving it, right?
We had 2 other ones, but I guess they they glitched out or they just couldn't handle the.
Vehicle. It is fully marked. It is technically, a police vehicle.
So if the bad guys
I see you,
a
Chips.
pink Explorer coming up behind them, they really should pull over, right?
They should pull over.
Yeah, Scooby.
If you see this,
be aware. Yeah, it's the Albuquerque Police Department.
It really is. Alex, thank you so much for the work that the APD is doing here at Fiesta and in the community, and especially for breast cancer awareness.
So they have to like land closest to me.
Anyone's interested, we
And
are hiring
this
for
morning was very
Police
difficult.
Department.
I
Our next
literally shot
academy,
up
guys, is in
immediately
December.
to get
Have
out
that
the rain and
vehicle,
weather.
join our police department.
Wonderful. Thank you for getting the word out, Alex. Glenn, Art, let's see some balloons.
Shit, that's not originator right there.
I suddenly have
Because they made a magician, because 1 minute he's there, next minute he's gone, and this thing goes back up on your ass again. Excuse me, that's one of our morning flyers. He's from the American Care. Alright, Joe. You ready for that ride, bro? You ready for that drag? You dragging, dude. Scooby-Doo's gonna be closest, I guarantee you. It's alright.
Yeah, I guess you can get pulled over and get a check. That would be well, yeah, there you go.
Hey, go check. Where you going?
Hey, that just brings to mind that there are probably 80 sessions.
Dude coming in hot, bro.
About half of them
Coming in hot.
The other half have wonderful different things available for you, like checking out the Gold.
Alright, so I'm marking that. I'm marking it. There we go. Take a screenshot.
Take a picture and send it to
Alright,
them.
Scooby, you're next.
They will make your own Lego set. Take a picture with our meta glasses and have it built into the photo. You know, we should have asked the meta guys all those pictures I was taking. I want to get those from them. Yeah. Michael and David and Derek, come back and bring us those pictures.
You know, I could have used a pair of those at the VFA meeting for our award ceremony because I was wearing out the battery on my camera and shooting all these pictures, you know, and having to hold the camera the rest of the show.
You're gonna catch a wind from the northwest when you get a little lower.
And a good point about, you know, being a balloon pilot because you're watching everything. You're watching your
Oh,
instruments.
dropping
you're
quick, son.
paying attention to flying the balloon with the burner and the
Uh-oh.
vent and all those other
Uh-oh.
things. And with a moving map now, so you know where you are for navigation stuff. Being able to then just kind of stop for a second and frame that picture and take it, to me, I find it is still a distraction to my flying.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of in awe of these guys that get lots of pictures up there. I'm figuring they either have somebody else flying or someone else taking the picture, and then they just take the pictures and post it under their name.
Well,
I hope that's what's happening.
One of the best examples is Johnny Petra, who is a world-class pilot, is a world champion.
Yeah, you kind of did, Scooby.
Whenever he's at an event,
Because we're over, I see my screen, we're over that way.
in-flight photo of the day, and he captures some incredible.
Well, I'll be damned, the magician does it again, huh?
Doing that and still flying at the level.
Your best bet is to find a good place to land. You got nothing but trees, my boy. But you dropping this land real quick. That's exactly what he's doing. Oh, he took a whole different turn. He got that turn.
Flying the balloon and reaching down to get his phone, you know, and he
Oh,
slapped his phone
shit.
out of his hand. The ability to be able to do things, but accept the phone call if you had to, take a picture, shoot a short video or whatever, by just touching.
No worries, honey.
Pretty cool. Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we can do over
To
here.
be able to capture that documentation of whatever that is, because you see some incredible sights while you're up flying.
Yeah, it's a wild morning. We shouldn't have flown this morning, bro.
But it would be great to be able to capture those. You've got to take that picture. That's great.
Well, and if for some reason you were to find yourself, you know, perhaps making a challenging landing and wanted to document it, you could reach up, touch your glasses, turn the video on, and get back to flying the balloon, but then you'd have a video record.
Which could also then be turned into an instructional video. That's true. So it would serve multiple purposes.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here comes Scooby-Doo for a nice skid of landing here in a minute.
And they can video, you know, their flight. They don't have to carry a camera with them. That way,
And be glued to watching what's on the
on
screen.
the camera, they can just simply look around wherever they want, and they will be capturing all that on video. The technology is incredible. So yeah, thank you again to Dennis for bringing those
Here goes the rope. Here goes the landing, y'all. Boing, boing. Drag.
Piloted by Matt McClinton.
Oh yeah, dude. He got off. Oh, this is like me and Natchez. We literally drug for we drug forever. 4 fields at least. Just couldn't stop. Knocked down 2 fences. Farmhand was like, what the fuck is going on? Very nice, y'all. Y'all are freaking awesome. Y'all are freaking awesome, man. So I know you probably won't be able to get on tonight, Hunter. Joe, tonight we're still on. The rain and all that should be gone by then. By the time we fly tonight, the wind should be about an 8 to 10 knot from the north to west. So we might, we're gonna have to fly in, obviously. There are 2 targets on the field, and the racetrack. It's called A and B. Those would be little targets. I'll figure that out. Announce that later on. But yeah, just still on for the night. I'm about to have to go get ready because I gotta go drive another hour and a half there, an hour and a half back, go perform and pray I don't, pray I'm there back safely. But yeah, appreciate you flying with us, Hunter. I know you can't do both flights, but that's cool because we're having a morning and afternoon team, which is pretty cool. The driving pattern you out. But anyways, this is your boy Bayou Man Gaming. Thank y'all for hanging out with us this morning. It was definitely a crazy hare and hound morning this morning. Really shouldn't have flown. We had 2 other balloons with us, but I guess they decided they didn't want to fly. So I don't blame them. So tonight we'll be back on. Stream will start about 8 p.m. Central Standard Time live. Takeoff will be about 8:30. We're going to be flying in this afternoon, competition flight. We're going to try, there's 2 targets inside the racetrack. It's called A and B. Those are going to be your targets tonight. So, boy Bayou Man Gaming, come join us. If you're flying, come fly with us. And if not, you'll have yourself an awesome day, an awesome night. And I shall see y'all and later. It's your boy Bayou Man Gaming.